Hey, ladies, I think that we should give men a probationary period before we start giving them the benefits of the job of being our boyfriend. The benefits being sex, doing things for him, forgiving him, um, being available to him on short notice. Just like in a job, people are usually on a probationary period for 3 months before they get benefits like the health insurance or the vacation pay. And for those of us who tend to be really trusting and who start treating a guy like a relationship, and then we get disappointed because he ghosts us, it's because we treated him like a relationship, but he wasn't. In his mind, there wasn't a relationship, like it was just fabricated. So I think it's important to just take some time and see if this guy shows up for the job. What is the job of dating? It means consistently seeing us in person, taking us out 2 or 3 times a week, taking us out. It doesn't mean Netflix and chill. It doesn't mean he comes over and cuddles with you. That's all the benefits that come after he's been vetted. Because, see, men, they're so sweet, bless their cocks. Bless their little cocks. Because they want to fuck us. They have such a stronger sex drive than we do. Like, a woman's sex drive off of neutral, like if I'm walking down the street and a guy's walking down the street, he's going to be more likely to want to fuck every woman than I'm going to want to fuck every guy. A woman's sex drive is usually enlivened in a relationship or the feelings she has for a man. Not always, but men in general have a stronger sex drive. So they are usually the ones that want the sex, and women are usually the ones that want a relationship. And I think this could be because men maybe value their freedom more, or they're more interested in the sexual part. They start in their cocks, and women's sexual energy starts in our hearts. And we're also more relationship oriented than men are. Men tend to be more mentally focused. We tend to be more relationship focused. So, and also sex for a woman feels very different in a relationship. So we want that relationship to feel secure, to feel closer. And also because biologically we know if we're going to have a baby, we really need someone to help support us while that baby is young and help us raise that child. Also in our culture, men tend to get the short end of the stick in the divorce. They end up having to pay alimony or child support for a woman that's no longer in their bed. So I think they're a lot more reluctant to get married. And then if they ask for a prenup, the woman is so hurt. So I think there are several factors that make a man less likely to want to commit. But for those women of us like me who are looking for a relationship, I think we have to vet men on several factors. During this probationary period, are you showing up for the job? And just like any employee, say I'm the employer. We got to look at ourselves like an employer. Do I want to hire this guy to be my boyfriend, more or less? So I'm going to be kind. I'm not going to be mean or bossy or bitchy. I'm going to be kind, but I'm just going to observe and see if he's fit for the job. Is he fit for the job of being my boyfriend? What's he looking for? Is he looking for a relationship? We have to ask him. Why are you here with me? Why did you take me to dinner? Like, what are your intentions? Just like you ask an employee, why did you apply to this company? We have to start asking questions. And if it scares them off, good. That means all he wanted was a stick in your pussy. Because a guy really interested in you, or a guy looking for a relationship might say, I'm looking for a relationship and I'm dating several women with the intention of having a partnership or getting married. You should be able to say that. If they say, I don't know, I want to see where it goes, or, just looking for some fun, you have your answer. So what's he looking for? Does he keep his word? This is very important. You don't want someone working for you who says one thing and does another you can't count on. There's no workability. So does he keep his word? Number 3, does he show up for work and do the job? You have to come into the office and you have to perform to get paid. And in dating, you have to see the woman face to face and take her out. Texting is not dating. Emailing is not dating. Snapchatting, Instagramming, DMing is not dating. That's what easy women do, hoping to get a guy to like them, and that's what players do. A man interested in the job is going to want to see you multiple times a week. He's going to want to take you out in public. He wants to see how you are in public. He wants to show you off. So expect 2 to 3 dates a week. If the guy just wants to Netflix and chill or come over and cuddle, that is a red flag. And I would also say that during this time of dating, there should be some occasions where you go to his place and check it out. Is there another woman there? I mean, is he really single? Does he, is he a good housekeeper? Does he have furniture? Does he just keep a mattress on the floor and is living out of a suitcase? Like, does this guy have some stability, some, wherewithal about himself? What kind of neighborhood does he live in? Does he keep things clean, generally clean? And does he try to bring you around his friends or avoid certain places that you go? Or is he always unavailable in the evening, maybe as you come over while his wife is out of town? I don't know. You got to check people out. So we want to look for, why is he with us? Why he choose us? Why he choose you? Is he keeping his word? Is he consistently asking you on dates 2 or 3 times a week? And do these dates include taking you into his sphere, his home, his church, places where his friends might hang out? So I think those are the minimum requirements that we need to ask of men. And also, number 4, a guy interested in a woman is not going to be talking sex. That's what they do when they're just fuckboys. A man interested in a woman for a relationship, he might have some girls he's fucking on the side. Those are his hookup girls. But the woman he wants to date, he wants to get to know her, and he's not going to be pushing for sex. He might be pushing to hold your hand. He might be worried about giving you a kiss because he definitely wants you, but he's not going to be sexually pushy. If a guy starts talking to you about sex in the first week, next, unless that's all you want. But the problem, like I said, comes in if you will, like say you really like a guy and then you start in your heart giving him these boyfriend privileges of, being sexual and being available and forgiving him when he doesn't keep his word. I forgive you because you think that's kind and that's loving, but really what it is, it's you're abandoning yourself. And that's something that I've done a lot. And I think some of it, there is an element of that we all abandon ourselves, but some of it for me, I think comes from that I'm so, I guess so much wanting to be in a relationship and not doing that vetting part. I like the relationship part where you keep your word, and if something comes up and you apologize, I can forgive you. Or, we can be sexy with each other. Or, when you text me, I can text you right back. If I happen to have my phone here, I'm going to text you right back. But those things don't work in the beginning parts because texting a guy right back is going to make it seem like we're too available and we have nothing going on because he doesn't know us yet. So I think that it's critical for a man to respect us and for us to avoid getting drawn into these men who are just charming with their words and lure us in, that we actually put them on a probationary period to see what they actually do. Not what they say, but what they actually do. Because the masculine energy is doing and it's action. And he's out there in the world and he's working and he's studying and he's driving and he's got his hobbies and he's got his friends and he's doing stuff. But when it comes to you, if the only thing he's doing is moving his thumbs, that's a very low level of investment. So during this probationary period, we want to look for the amount of energy he's investing. And if he's consistent, if he has integrity, if he keeps his word, and then other things like, how do I feel around him? Can I share my emotions with him? And does he listen? Does he listen and does he care? I had an interesting exchange with a gentleman earlier today who texted me. He had his number because we talked before from my Just for Fans page, and he wanted to know if I wanted to go to dinner with him. And I'm like, no, because I remember back in July, he said he was going to come book an appointment and I never heard from him. So why would I ever want to go out to dinner with a guy like that who couldn't even keep his word from July, and now he's just popping back up in my messages? Like, no, you can make an appointment. Guys will try to play all kinds of tricks like that to see if they can just slide in. So definitely not. Another deal breaker for me, someone who lives out of town. Now, I do think that we have to be kind to men. I know it's hard for guys to ask us out, but when they're asking us out over text or email, I feel like that's like a little bit of a chicken way of doing it. The proper way to ask a woman out that would impress me is if a man did it in person. And I think, ladies, that we have to be very kind to men. It's hard for them to ask us out because they face the risk of rejection. And on that, I just want to say, whether men or women are watching this, that feeling wanting someone for a relationship has nothing to do with how valuable you are, how attractive you are, anything like that. For people like me who are not looking for someone just based on their money or their looks or something, it comes down to, do I feel that resonance with you? And in our lifetimes, I think we might meet 1, 2, or 3 people that we resonate with on that way. It has nothing to do with their looks or how interesting they are. I remember a date I had with a woman, a lesbian woman, was absolutely beautiful. So beautiful. And very interesting woman too, younger than me, very pretty, interesting. We were friends for a while, but I never wanted to have sex with her. I just didn't feel that chemistry with her, and I couldn't figure out why. And like, she's so beautiful, she's so interesting, and we're friends, but I just didn't feel that. So there's some kind of vibration, we all have a vibration or a karmic thing. And if someone isn't interested in me, it's not about me personally, it's that I'm not their karmic fit or their vibrational fit. That's it. So we all get rejected a lot. I mean, the number of people I liked who didn't like me, I could fill the room with the names. And I'm sure there are people who like me that I didn't feel the same way about them. So when 2 people actually like each other and want to date, it's almost like a freaking miracle. It's like, I've had very few boyfriends in my life. 5, 6, something like that. My last relationship was my marriage of 25 years. I've been single 7 years. I haven't met that person that I'm like, I like you, and he's like, I like you. So we can't take that personally. It's, I'm doing a lot of stuff right now on like inner child healing, which is like being compassionate from my feeling side and taking responsibility for my feelings and comforting myself. And that's really, in a way, I am dating. I'm dating myself because I'm getting to learn. I'm meeting somebody new, which is like the real me. Because, we go around repressing our feelings and who we really are because feelings seem like pain. So I'm using this on myself, and I'm also going to be using this in my coaching business. Let me show you guys the book. Hold on. So I know this is backwards. It's the Inner Bonding Workbook. You do not need to read the book. Just get the workbook. Inner Bonding Workbook by Dr. Margaret Paul, Paul. And I bought this on Amazon. So all these things are helping me. Like I said, I'm really grateful for this guy who wasn't what I wanted him to be, because, oh my God, it would turn into such a huge learning experience for me. I've made a dating checklist, which I'll make a video about that when it's all complete. I'm almost done with that dating checklist. that I'm going to use to help other people be more powerful in their dating and not end up with guys who breadcrumb us or who ghost us or who lead us on because we're trusting. So we trust what other people say, and then we ignore when we don't feel something is right, because by that point we're like, I really like you and I'm willing to overlook my own feelings to continue to have you like me and to get your attention. Now we've abandoned ourselves, and that's where we make that mistake. And that's why the inner child work is good, so you don't abandon yourself. And to have this probationary period, which is kind of reminds you mentally to not fall for the guy too fast, and just write down the things that you want to see happen during the probationary period. And don't judge yourself. You can always change it later if it doesn't work, and let the man step up and prove himself as worthy of having the job of being your boyfriend. And to sum up, I think what we should do starting out is ask every man who's dating us, why did you choose to go on this date with me? Make sure that this guy is consistent and keeps his word, is number 2. Number 3 is consistently taking you out on 2 or 3 dates a week, including taking you to his house, taking you around his friends. 4, he doesn't talk about sex or push for sex. I think those are some real good basics. And that's as far as I got for now, but I think those should be good. Now, what should men do? I think if men are dating women, I think women can also be game players. A woman interested in a man is definitely going to be responsive to the man. When he calls or texts, she's going to be available to see him on dates. If she's not, she'll say, well, I'm not free Saturday night, but I'm free on Monday. She's going to be responsive. She's going to be kind, and she's going to be appreciative of his efforts. She's going to be authentic and self-expressed, and she is going to keep her word. I want to say another thing. During this probationary period, it's important for us to not be over available. Like, say I'm on my phone and the guy I like is texting me, don't text him right back, because that gets you caught in this texting cycle. You want to be like, you want to put a lot of space in. Let me put it that way. You want to put a lot of space in. Like, don't start thinking about him all the time. Don't text him back right away. Be really aware of not letting him in too close and making him too much of a priority. Keep him out here mentally and emotionally until he's earned to be closer. Like, if my husband texts me and I'm on my phone, I'll text him back right away, or one of my kids. But I can't do that with the guy I'm just getting to know. I have to leave that space, because that space is important in seeing what grows and what doesn't grow, and to have some boundaries in there, because we can't let people in too quickly. That's when things usually go wrong. We let them in too fast into our bedrooms, too fast into our hearts. So probationary period and space. That's all I've got for you guys today, and thank you for watching my video. If you want to work with me, I do life coaching. My website is in the description below. I have a porn page. It's just for fans. That's the below too. And you can also follow me on social media. Thank you for watching my video on probationary periods for dating. That sounds so harsh, like a cop show. I gotta think of what to call this. Put him on probation. How about that? That sounds really catchy.